This is a state of emergency for everyone, and it needs to be addressed right now before millions of unemployed people fall into the ranks of the poor.
Welcome back to The Ed Show, and thanks for watching tonight. This is a story that I have told the audience of The Ed Show for months that I would not let go. For some, it's already too late. That, of course, was Congresswoman Barbara Lee of California. God bless her for doing what she's doing, speaking about long-term unemployment in this country. You and I know them as 99ers. Today, Lee and Congressman Bobby Scott, both Democrats, proposed legislation that would extend benefits to anyone who's been out of a job for more than 6 months. Now it's up to the Republicans to allow it to reach the House floor. Don't hold your breath. Here's what one 99er, Rhonda Taylor, had to say to the GOP today.
Take the politics out of this. This is about people, and we need to come up with solutions.
Come up with solutions. Isn't that what it's all about? Now, earlier tonight, Rachel, very, very astute, academic, and to the point about what the Republican agenda is all about and the things that they're doing in the Congress. That was on her show earlier tonight. And I thought, you know, this would have been a golden opportunity for the Republicans to step up and show some leadership and actually do something for Americans who are hurting. Hurting. You know what that means? Hurting. To be out of a job, to be hurting. Doing a liberal radio talk show, all you have to do to infuriate the audience is say that, well, unemployment's at 9%. You can't get any American to buy that number. I don't even know where that number comes from. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, we're at 9% unemployment. Americans, I think, who are out of work in this country feel it's more like 20%. The residual effect and how many people it affects in families, it goes into the millions in this country. And we stand here as a country idle, with almost no moral compass to do anything for these Americans. I believe extraordinary circumstances call for extraordinary measures. But you see, the culture of no is upon us. We're really afraid to do something. Now, we've proven that we can do something, just like President Obama and his team led the way to save Chrysler and GM. Is that a success story in less than 2 years? You damn right it is, and we ought to be proud of that. But, of course, the righties, they're out there beating the tar out of it. That's socialism. Let me give you a real dose of socialism tonight. We should have in this country a transitional community works project. Professionals that have been put out of work, people that are in the prime of their life, have seen their jobs go overseas, and they don't have unemployment insurance anymore because it's run out, and the Republicans will stand in the way and they won't give them anything. Now, I know that there's going to be folks out there saying, oh, this is socialism, this is communism. I don't give a damn what it is. What it is saving the dignity of Americans who have been stepped on like roadkill by a right-wing party that has no compassion. And it infuriates me when constantly the Republicans use the unemployed as some kind of political tool to blame President Obama for not creating jobs. This is the vicious cycle of the political turn in Washington. We, those of us out in the heartland, and that's where I spend a lot of my time when I'm not in New York, believe that we can do great things. We can do high-speed rail. We don't have to accept the new normal, and we can do something that would parallel what happened with the automobile industry. It's a transitional community works project. Those people who have been unemployed for a long time could work through county commissioners. Every county in America has a county board. A lot of them sit on their fanny and don't do anything except read emails and think they know what's happening out there, and then run for re-election. Let's put the county commissioners in America to work. Make them responsible for helping the unemployed and get some transitional community work projects going. Professionals who have been put out of their jobs who could do some type of work in the community for maybe 18 or 20 hours a week and then spend the other 3 days looking for work. You mean to tell me that we as Americans are going to allow these people just to sit home and do nothing when they want to engage? They could stay professionally sharp. They could retain their dignity. And you know, they could probably keep their homes and their apartments and maybe save their credit. Have you ever tried to get a job when your credit is blown away? It's tough. And then, of course, we have to throw in age discrimination in America. The 50-somethings can't get back into the economy because they just cost too damn much. Now, if you're a righty tonight and you happen to be watching, you might be saying, yeah, but Eddie, how the hell are you going to pay for it? I don't care what it costs. The same way you didn't care how much Afghanistan and Iraq costs, or your tax cuts for the rich, how much they costs. It wasn't until recently we put a pencil to that. And now look what we've got. We have no way out for millions of Americans, and all they want is a chance to get back into it. Yet we have this political party called the Republicans that constantly stand in the way of any kind of government help to get people back on their feet and get them directed again and back into the economy. How heartless can Boehner and Cantor say? How rotten for them to take the time of the president to have lunch and then come out and talk about cutting spending as if that's going to create jobs. No, the high-speed rail will create jobs, and community work projects with people who are in transition in their economic lives, that will help this country feel better about itself, will be less bitter, and we will restore the dignity of many Americans who want to be Americans. But you have the conservatives who are standing in the way because their love of money is unparalleled in this universe. They think it's all about the money. It's all about their tax cuts. It is socialism. And it's also very, very sad. It's very sad. Bear with me. This lady, Jerry Tuprito, attended today's news conference. She ran out of her unemployment benefits. And she started selling jewelry to get by. This is what she told the Huffington Post. At the press conference today, she says, we're just trying to let them see that we're real live human beings. Her husband passed away. She was married to him for 37 years. How many times do couples make love in 37 years? How many times do they go to dinner? How many times do they share an intimate moment? How many times do they love their kids? How many times did they do things together? You do a lot with your spouse in 37 years. Her husband had given her a gold ring. She sold the gold ring that her husband gave her for $20. Can you imagine being so destitute that you would sell something that your late husband gave you, your husband of 37 years, a gold ring for $20? Damn you, Republicans. You have no heart. You have no soul. We'll be right back on The Ed Show on MSNBC.